Hello and welcome back to London. My name is Beast, and today we're back with a new, very short project. Namely, Fault StP LIGHTKRAVTE. I don't fucking know how to pronounce this. Probably should have tried to look that up before I started this. Basically, why you're not currently seeing Hatsumita is because the nice people over at Alice in Dissonance and Phoenix have decided to send me a review key for this game. They did ask me to not play past a certain point of the story, namely past part 7 of chapter 1, but I'm fine with that, personally. This is the newest game. Like, this is already an established series. There's already multiple other games in the Fault series, and this is a prequel. It apparently tells a story removed from the other games that you can enjoy without having prior knowledge, but that gets enhanced a bit, I guess, with like some fan service and all that if you have played the previous game. So basically, like, along with playing this as like a short peek into the game here, I'll basically also use this to judge if I may want to check out the older games as well. So there's that. Additionally, I will only record like a very short part today. Maybe like 40 minutes, honestly, because I I received this review key 3 days ago. However, I did not actually see the email until yesterday when I posted the community post about this with the trailer for this game. So I already feel bad enough for like not noticing that. Like, I didn't actually record a video since I got that, aside from the co-host, which I wouldn't have moved anyways, since plans that have previously already been established always take priority. But at the same time, I don't want to make them wait too long, and I already didn't record on Monday and Tuesday. So I feel like I feel need to at least put something out today. Mainly, I'm just like not feeling up to par because I will basically spent the entire day working in the garden today again, and this arm hurts like a bitch. Because turns out, yes, driving a lawnmower tractor is easier than using an actual lawnmower. However, when the area you have to mow the lawn in is so rocky, you basically have to hold on to the goddamn steering wheel for dear life. So, A, you don't fall off the fucking tractor, and B, the tractor doesn't violently steer to the right all of a sudden and crash. It takes a surprising amount of strength to do that. And when your arm was already hurting from like sore muscles before you started that, and you can imagine the agony that you feel afterwards. So that's why that. And on top of that, it is almost like 11 p.m. already. But that's mostly because, well, A, I was very hesitant to start because of said exhaustion. And B, I actually, like, after I was done, I still had to take a shower. And because of, like, the thing I mentioned with down here and my ear, it does take like a very long time to get ready after a shower because I have to go out of my way to blow dry my armpit so the skin is dry there, or at least like what skin used to be there. And then I have to put on the salve, then I have to put on a different salve all over my back, and then I have to like lay down for like 30 minutes with the eardrops, and it just is very time consuming and it's just very annoying. So that took up a lot of the time as well. But anyways, I've already wasted like what, almost 5 minutes. Other reviews are done in 10, and here I am. Anyways, let's just get into it. There's also a very helpful encyclopedia, which I Suppose I should have possibly read before starting this. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? San Ajrizda is how I assumed is read. Is the continent where the third pole is located, allowing widespread terra-craft usage. Because of this, agriculture and livestock farming that take advantage of the fertile land are common among the many nations found on the San Ajrizda. Comcraft is also prevalent, giving rise to a unique culture of independence among the countries. Countries that did not join the alliance engage in very little trade with other nations beyond the continent, resulting in a form of isolation. Though trade is scarce, attacks and invasions from other countries are rare as well. Rusenheid, I assume that a large country located in the southeast of San Ashtarizda, with a passed down history of 8 generations. Current ninth generation successor is Selfine Rusdenheid. Rusdenheid has a culture heavily centered around Monocraft and is the founder of the Monocrafters Alliance, more commonly referred to as the Alliance. Located at the third pole, it is a very fairly developed country, receiving the blessings of Telamana. Vastoralkat, a neighboring country of Rustenheid, and one of the oldest members of the Alliance, second only to Rustenheid itself. Also one of Rustenheid's wartime allies. Without Vastoralkat's assistance, the Alliance could not have been formed. Outer Pole, also colloquially referred to as the lands forsaken by the gods. Charming, because it is located in an area distant enough from any mana streams so that mana does not reach it. In more extreme areas, there is absolutely no mana present. Because of the lack of mana, there was no real development in Monocraft culture. Instead, a radically different field called science took root in the region, allowing the manipulation of mana without the use of Monocraft. Conversely, people refer to other parts of the world, not within the outer pole, as inner pole. Mana, a form of energy said to be the source of life itself. There are mainly 2 types of mana: naturally occurring colored mana, further divided into pyro, aqua, terra, and aero, and colorless mana, which is naturally produced within living beings. Colored mana. Colored mana refers to mana that freely exists in the open air, belonging to one of 4 types: pyro, aqua, terra, and aero. Mana taken in when in this form has a tendency to poison the body and cause a phenomenon known as mana shock. Purified mana that emanates from the planet's core also slowly changes to one of the 4 types of mana as it permeates through the ground. Purified mana, Vibalia, a type of mana produced within living beings. It is a colorless mana that does not belong to any of the 4 attributes. Because there is a limit to the amount of purified mana a person can store internally, most mana crafters only use it only as a starter in combination with naturally available colored mana in order to invoke or bless craft. The world is divided into 4 main territories centered around the 4 poles, with the attributes of mana: pyro, aqua, terra, and aero. In areas near the poles, the quality of the mana of the corresponding attribute is exceedingly high. This gives rise to a strong tendency for the development of culture heavily based around the pole's attributes. While that the pyro pole sounds like a real hellhole, then a mana stream. Mana stream is a mesh-like network that runs throughout the entire planet. Mana flows through this stream, covering much of the world. Monocrafte. Monocrafte, often abbreviated to crafte, describes the use of both naturally available colored mana and internal purified mana to invoke various phenomena. It is a vehicle of change in society with applications in a multitude of fields, such as the military, medicine, agriculture, and information technology. Monocrafte can be largely split into 2 types. The first is Ophia, which must be blessed immediately, and the second is Devio, which is blessed over an extended period of time. Battlecraft, a term that covers all forms of combat-related Monocrafte. Most LIGHTKRAVTE is for crafters who fall under the Ophia types. So these crafters require special training before they can be put into use. The majority of people make use of LIGHTKRAVTE and go one of the rituals of exaltation, which forcefully alters the characteristics of their internal purified mana. The ritual must be performed in the state of one's internal mana is at its most unstable period. This occurs as one transitions from a child to an adult. Therefore, it must be done when one is undergoing puberty. So, by fucking logic of the world, child soldiers are necessary. Crafters that do not involve the blessing release of mana from oneself. Even crafters that require the working of endogenous mana are considered passive as long as the mana is not released. Preeminent examples are aerolinguistics and the activation of non-craft items, and are said to have no negative effect on mortality. Is using the crafts gonna, like, shorten lifespan? Because that's what that implies. Shift. A technique used to manipulate the ratio of naturally available mana, which is normally present in an arbitrary ratio. Most often this technique is used for creating synergy. Commit a war crime? I was talking about child soldiers earlier. Technique that allows one to focus both naturally available mana that has been shifted as well as internal mana in one area. Mana that has been committed must either be intentionally released by the committer or used in any form of mana craft. There exist methods allowing for the forced release of committed mana, but they require both tremendous amounts of time and mana to execute. Generally, the committing of mana within a large area is very difficult and takes a high level of skill. Committed mana can be used in any number of applications, such as throwing off the balance of mana of anyone who enters the commit area, and it can even go as far as killing someone. Yeah, that's gonna be the war crimes, isn't it? Just sounds like it. Next we got Bless, the name of the process used in invoking mana crafter. The word itself means to bestow grace upon. It comes from a verse from the Bible of Vibalia. Borrowing the power of the gods of mana, with my mana as a vehicle, bless this world with a miracle, which is the ritual of contract. Mana crafte is, in a sense, modeled after this contract, which carries a meaning of asking for the blessings from the god, hence the term bless was coined. Signature refers to the various individual qualities of mana for each person. Like fingerprints, there are no two people who have the same mana signature, although there are exceptions. Whenever craft is used, there will always be some form of signature that remains. These can be examined and traced back to the original crafter. There also exist crafters who can mask and forge such signatures. Comms line, a kind of mana line formed to transmit audio wavelengths. Normally, that cannot be done unless both parties have accepted each other's signatures, but there are exceptions. Path down, a kind of craft that only royalty can use, which borrows the energies of the mana pole to transfer memories. One's descendants can directly inherit the experiences, memories, and wills of their ancestors through the mana craft. That sounds bad. I can just see the drama being, I don't want to inherit the memories. I want to stay as myself and all that. I can just immediately see it. Aerolinguistics, type of mana craft used for communication. Mana is used to convert sound waves into thought waves. It is developed by Rosenheim the Sixth, who prioritized diplomatic relations in his political policies. Initially, conversations are akin to one-way traffic, as the user of aeroratium must conduct some fine-tuning to align with the language. How quickly this can be accomplished will be highly dependent on the user's language communication skills. Non-craft items. Mass-produced products with mana craft worked into them beforehand. They are craft items of convenience, allowing users to perform tasks such as start fires, filter water, and condition the air in a small area by simply releasing the bound mana, eliminating the need for mana craft. Mind Dive, a form of craft that only royalty can use, allowing the user to directly connect to a person's memory mana. The person being connected to has the right to choose the memory that can and cannot be seen, as well as their conscious and unconscious thoughts. Memories they do not want to be shown will not be visible to the one conducting the Mind Dive. However, any memories that are shown will be left as they are, without any possible way to alter how they are shown. Heavy Rain! Sean! Classified? Okay. Intriguing. Sediment, also known as monolith sedimentary rocks, and could subdivide into 4 classes. Class 1 is the highest grade, while Class 4 is the lowest. Poor quality sediment has a tendency to slowly change purified mana stored within to some form of colored mana. Only Class 1 sediment is able to store and maintain purified mana as it is. Transidian. Though resembling transparent stones in appearance, Transidian is similar to glass in that it shatters into extremely sharp shards. Glass artisans find its refractive properties even more attractive than glass itself, and have tried to work with the material. However, due to the fragment's incredible sharpness and the unpredictability of the material, there have been very, very few cases of success. In ancient times, the material was also explored for weaponization, but due to the above two issues, the idea did not go too far. So which nation is going to make Transidian weapons successfully? However, I'm going to like stop it at Transidian, and I'm going to like continue on with the rest at the start of the next part, I think. Like, yeah, seems like a good idea. We've reached about the halfway point with that. Let's just press new game. The freebie achievement unlocked. The fuck kind of achievement is that? This one's on us. What? Oh, it's like it's the you opened the game. It's the you opened the game. The opened the game achievement, of course. I'm a fool. I'm not gonna like use the fucking buttons there. Also, I'm assuming those lamps are like non-craft items. It's none of your business. Such was the attitude of each and every citizens of the kingdom of Rosenheide. Idle gossip, fodder for small talk, empty confabulations, and pointless drivel. As long as it did not impact their lives, the ongoing war overseas was a topic of relevance only in bars and taverns where all intoxicated men loudly and fruitlessly debated their equally wine-pallid peers. That is until the reigning sovereign, King Vala Rosenheide, resolved to take in refugees and provide emergency relief supplies to the struggling kingdom of Shestkarlen. It did not take long for the other members of the Alliance to voice their support for the decision. Just like that, the atmosphere changed. The grey-coloured veil of unease began to descend over Rosenheide. There is, however, an inertia to a kingdom and its people. From professionals balancing their work and health to youths applying themselves to their studies. In unanimous and unspoken harmony, everyone kept going on about their respective businesses, and despite the fears and doubts they harbored, continued to do their best to preserve the unremarkable mundanities of everyday life. The unremarkable heir of the long-established Oberg fruit farm, Kaji Oberg, was, of course, no exception. My name's Kaji. I've got two loves, history and girls. Oh, Jesus Christ, he's an onslaught, isn't he? That's how do I get rid of... No, that's not what I want. I want to get I want to get rid of the fucking of the fucking text box. How the fuck do I do that? Well, apparently I don't. Well, now I almost have to check real quick. Hold on. Apparently they also sent me... Okay, so apparently this is the third game. And this is the Silence Dependent arc. Then 5 years later, the Milestone arc starts, and with the first game, the second game, and then the fourth game that's currently on production, apparently. The with the this fall series timeline starts with this, then Events of Unknown Origin, and then the Silence Dependent, which is apparently a demo, and then 5 years later, it's the first fourth game. Intriguing. I'm gonna have to fucking check how I'm gonna make thumbnails for this. Oh lord. Alternatively, I can just make a... Alternatively, I can just make a very basic thumbnail. That's just... Oh, it's the main menu. Which I guess I'll do for this one. Anyways, my name's... I already read that. Other than that, I'm just your everyday son of a 4th generation fruit farmer. Whew! That's no voice still, well. No real problem with that, it's just, this one's gonna get set with my throat real quick. Lately, though, I find girls to be especially appealing. Beautiful ones. Cute ones. Classy ones. Gentle ones. Stern ones, wild ones. I love them all. I love watching them from afar and listening to them talk. I love being close to them too. Sometimes I get a whiff, which is a nice bonus. Okay, calm down there, buddy. That one was a bit weird. I love girls. All women, in fact. They truly are the best. I get to be near a lovely lady basking in her mana while studying history. Those are the moments I live for. Here's the thing, though. So I'm guessing in that previous line I could have pressed on mana to get the definition of mana. Here's the thing, though. Lately, simply beholding them isn't cutting it for me anymore. I need some sort of physical representation of their beauty, like a portrait. I need to paint it myself. I did it. Check it out, Adia! This time I think I've finally captured the essence of your charm. Sure, you definitely captured something. Everything about this is incredibly you. Yes, What? That's not a compliment, is it? Don't worry about it, Kaji. I mean, sure, there are patterns and principles that people have been following for ages, but challenging the norms is just as important. Like, telling me my art is so bad I have to challenge the basic norms of aesthetics to make people like it? I'm sorry, I just remembered I have to go far into practice. I have to go for far into practice. I'll see you next week. Don't get too upset, okay? Just keep at it. Oh, idea. I wonder if she knows. Don't get too upset is pretty much the most upsetting thing she could have said. It's been 2 years since I started learning the pain. So far, there's been no sign of improvement whatsoever. I just don't get it. Comet always seems perfect when I'm painting it. Whenever I come back and take another look, it turns out it's so bad it hurts. Just like settings, there we go. Half the fucking music. It's surprisingly loud, actually. I don't think I've ever drawn a single piece of art that I'm truly satisfied with. Ah, jeez, I'm gonna be late. It's very nice that everything's animated, though. Serenade Manor never fails to impress. Storied buildings like this are everywhere in Rosenheide. Man, as well, never get enough of this kingdom. It's the home of Serenheide's contemporary nobles, who are a branch of the royal family. Building stately aura speaks to their prestige. At the same time, Serenheide's Manor also functions as a government office. It's frequented by ordinary people as well. Much of the premises is off limits to the public, of course. But just getting to bask in this atmosphere is a high point of the VOCASP experience. VOCASP, an abbreviation for vocation aspirant. Lovely. Ah, there's no time to be appreciating architecture. My sound to feel the nerves now. Okay, let's go in. Oh man, look at his eyes. It's anxiety shaped. His pupils are anxiety shaped. Ishta Vilzerio, welcome to Serenheide Manor. What can I help you with on this beautiful day? I would like to help myself to you, please. I'm sorry, I didn't say anything. Customary greeting and Son Ajrizdan. It carries a nuance of luck be with you or good luck. Rosenheide and Vastoralkat have different pronunciations. When used formally, it is normally accompanied by a handshake using the pinkies and thumb, with the index, middle, and ring fingers sticking out. Derivatives of the term include the casual form "this," the morning greeting "vi korle," and the evening greeting "vostoro." This is serious. The day is indeed very beautiful, isn't it? The sky is just... Yes, may I have your name, please? Oh, of course, my name is Kaji Oberg. Kaji Oberg, VOCASP application, I assume. Yes, exactly! I've placed you in the queue. Please release this sediment and we'll notify you by comms line when it's your turn. Sediment known as, yeah. Be free to browse the manor in the meantime. Okay! Our receptionist is so pretty. She's so young, but her traditional Stavil pronunciation sounds so natural. It's music to my ears. Pronouncing Stavil, sta and vil as sta and fil. The intonation and accentation varies by geography and generation. Yes, people working in Serenheide really are cut from a better cloth. Uniforms here are right up my alley too. What a treat for the eyes. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep! Mr. Kagioberg. Mr. Kagioberg. Mr. Kagioberg, please respond. Yes! Mr. Kagioberg, an officer is ready to speak with you. Please make your way to the main building as soon as possible. Huh? The main building? Sure, it's okay for an ordinary citizen like me to go there? Yes, it is. Have a good day. What in the main building? Why? What's going on? The main building is where the nobles live. The general public is almost never allowed into the main building. That's making me more nervous. I don't want to keep him waiting though, so let's go and take a look. Excuse me! Hey, it is you! What's your name? And was like, is it really him? Huh? Ha! She looks very pretty. Miss Flora! What are you doing here? Because this is my home and I live here. No! Right! Here's Serenhide, of course you'd be here at Serenhide Manor. Nothing weird about that at all. Wait, no, I mean, here specifically. Oh, don't tell me. Are you my officer? Yep. Staffing shortage, apparently, so I got called in to help. I see. Does that mean all my personal information is openly available to you now? I guess that does. Do you think that'll be a problem? Does utterly embarrassing count as a problem? Because if it does, then we have a pretty big one. Oh, come on. It's okay. I'm here as an officer and I have a duty to maintain confidentiality. Whatever you say here stays here. No worries about that. That does make it not embarrassing, just so you know. Huh. Alright. I get it. You don't want me to be like me handling your case, right? But what? No! That's not at all! I killed to spend time like this with you. I mean... In any other case, I'd consider myself super lucky to have a chance to talk to you, but, well, for something like this, it's still kind of awkward. I get you, but I'm not sure what I can do about it. Like I said, it's a busy season right now, so we can accommodate cancellations from aspirants. There's no guarantee we can rebook you anytime soon. So if you don't want to miss the season, you'll have to put up with me this time. How about it? Oh! Oh! What's happening? Put up with me? Put up with me? Put up with me? That is a phrase so unbefitting of you and your youthful beauty that I can't believe I just made you say that! I'm a disgrace to all men! Kaji, are you okay? I'm sorry if I made you upset. If you really don't want to, I'll try to get you rescheduled somehow. No need, Miss Flora. I'm sorry you have to put up with someone like me, but please go ahead with the interview. Huh? Oh, right then. Let me see. Hey, Kaji, is this your third time applying? Oh, yeah. It's starting to feel like a fucking job application that I hated. Anything that reminds me of job applications feels like it's personally attacking me. But yes, it is. I've been having some trouble. I assume the fact that you're here means you're not taking over the fruit farm. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking of doing something else for a living. Okay, and the vocation you're applying for is... Wait, what? Painter? Yes, I'd like to find a job that involves painting. Wow, aspiring artist, huh? Didn't see that coming. Don't blame me. I mean, when you look at me, artist isn't the first thing that pops into mind. That's not what I meant. I just thought for sure you'd take over your fruit farm. But, well, I guess you can never know. Can't be easy for you either. You have my sympathy. Thanks. Anyway, let's move on to the results. Basic review. Is something wrong? Well, how should I put this? You know what? Forget it. I'm giving it to you straight. According to the report, we showed your art to 40 amateur artists and 40 pros, and your vocational potential as a painter got an approval rating of 6.9. Huh? But it was 15 last time! How'd it get even lower? I practiced so much too, what gives? Are you telling me I didn't improve at all? No, wait. This means I got worse? That can't be right! Well, according to the review notes, they disclosed the fact that your father is the owner of Oberg Fruit Farm this time, and apparently due to that, most of the opinions said it's overall more productive for you to take over your family business from a, utilitarian perspective. Oh, and just for the record, it also says here that if you were taking over the fruit farm, they would have supported you with a rating of 100%. Why would they just reveal personal information like that? What my family does has nothing to do with anyone. How reviews are conducted is up to the reviewing officers, so I can't say much about that. In your case, you're a 4th generation fruit farmer. Considering your history, it's honestly a miracle they didn't factor that in the first 2 times. With a rating like this, vocation registration as a painter is, I'm sorry, but I'll have to deny your application again. No, it's only been like 30 seconds and it's already over? Isn't there anything else that can be done? No, I feel for you. I really do, but artistic vocations like painters tend to be judged more harshly by society. Had you managed somewhere around 30%, I might have been able to pull some strings, but this is more like, please don't do this job. That's... Miss Flora! Yes? The reason I's vocab system doesn't make any sense. How come other people have so much to say in what job I do? I just want to live my own life. Hold on a second, Kaji. Just to be clear, what's being decided isn't your vocation registration as a painter. The government isn't telling you not to paint. Whether you paint or not is up to you. That's a personal choice you're always free to make. You can take over the fruit farm and make that your vocation, then paint on the side as a hobby. How about that? That's... In fact, why did you apply in the first place? What is it about registering your vocation as a painter that matters so much? Well, I'm stuck in basic status until I have unless I have a registered vocation. Basic status refers to the lowest class of individuals in the Alliance, which are the unemployed. Wow! Fuck you! No need to be that rude towards me. Though they receive sufficient provisions to guarantee basic survival, the vast majority of more limited resources, such as premium ingredients and processed foods, and access to specialized physicians and medicines, are frequently out of their reach due to the low provisions priority of basic status. Are you not satisfied with the standard of living in basic status? In that case, why not just take over the fruit farm? Your status will still change. It's not about my standard of living, it's about... I have a dream! That one day, every American will control their own destiny. I shouldn't make like those gravelly voices when I know that I have to read out every line. It just seems like a bad idea. Anyways. A dream. Yes! I see all these beautiful women walking around every day and I feel this urge. It makes me want to preserve their beauty in the form of paintings. Okay then. Let's just pretend that wasn't the creepiest thing I've ever heard. Anyways, can't you do that without making it your vocation? No! No way! Not in a million years! Huh? How come? Think about it! If I'm not a registered painter and I tried to talk to a cute girl on the street, she'd just call the authorities on me! How creepy do you have to be to get the authorities calling you just for talking to someone? Aren't you exaggerating a little? I feel like this hypothetical girl wouldn't go that far. Besides, I'm sort of a wimp. I don't have the guts to talk to girls without a title to my name. I'm definitely sensing some past trauma here. But I mean, if it's for your dream, I just can't do what I can't do! Oh, I know. Why don't you try to get yourself into a studio somewhere? Some places don't ask for Serenhide's recommendations. If they take you in, we can do a provisional vocation registration for you. Already? Huh? I tried already! I asked Harry what I could find! But you all want work experience! Nobody's taking novices this season! Oh, don't even fucking talk to me about that one. Oh, we want to fucking raise it up. We want to raise a app. We are accepting applications for an apprenticeship. We want to raise an apprentice. We want all the fucking work experience already ingrained into your brain. How does that make sense? I'm getting upset again. I'm not having fun, and it is by no way the game's fault. It's just life fucking sucks. Who knows, maybe I'll title this video in reference to Life of the Rich and Famous. But it's gonna be the life of the poor and unemployed. Everywhere I went, they just shut the door in my face! But, I see. Why is there a hair in my mouth? I swear, judging by context, it probably means vegetable. I mean, he says his interests are girls and history. Couldn't he, get a vocation that has to do with history? Same vocation just reminds me of, all trades Abbey. Ah, yes. It's apt, Jack of all trades Abbey. And he transforms into a Master of Noon. Fucking Dragon Quest names, Jesus Christ. So right from the top, I think this says that husband of mine never finishes his vegetables. Tell him the authorities will come down on us if we're too wasteful, but he never learns. He's a big baby. What am I gonna do with him? Alright, let's see what it actually says. Check the answer. Yes, I'm all spot on. I've clearly got a knack for this. I could totally become a translator. Wouldn't want to waste all this talent after all. Maybe it's because I've been practicing a lot lately, but I'm getting noticeably better at deciphering pencraft. Pencraft refers to a technique of using mana as a medium to infuse a writer's intent into the written text. Fuck. A book inscribed with pencraft looks no different from normal, but every passage is encoded with the author's intended meaning. A reader can use a special loop called a reading stone to decipher what the author really meant. God, that sure would make the fucking... If that existed, I sure as hell would have gotten better grades in my German classes. Though seemingly redundant at first glance, there exists a good reason for this twofold writing style. Pencraft prevents the true meaning of an author's writing from being withered away by time. Ink preserves the language in its contemporaneous. contemporaneous form, while mana binds the intent behind the words to the ink. This allows the author's intended meaning to be more clearly conveyed to future generations. Of course, pencraft is not a perfect technique. The accurate conveying of intent is dependent on various factors, such as the vocabulary and linguistic competence of both the reader and the original writer. Just like how the same text read by different people will result in different interpretations, our passage of pencraft is deciphered also varies person by person. Oh, so it doesn't fucking matter! It's basically just still the same as reading it and guessing the fucking intent of the author then! So it doesn't fucking change anything! Even if the interpretations are similar, they could still manifest as different words. Some people might claim that makes the technique pointless, but in my opinion, the imperfection is what makes it all the more beautiful. It makes you realize no matter how advanced technology becomes, people will always seek connection and understanding with others. Such a sobering thought. It makes me appreciate the writing so much more. We're all in part 1-1. When the infused meaning successfully resonates with my vocabulary and materializes floating words, the rush of feel is simply indescribable. Next line is, the wife is fed up with the husband's dislike of vegetables. It's so amazing when I'm on a roll. The words just keep coming. Makes me feel like a mana crafter almost. Yeah. Man, you really got a feel for the times through the writing. This was during the final years of Queen Reagan's reign. So just before the regime change from the second generation to the third, back then harsh rationing regulations were still in place and the government had a pretty big say in how people lived their lives. What a time that must have been. I wish I could have experienced Queen Reagan for myself. I'd love to have her walk all over me. Fucking Jesus Christ. Ah, yes. It's our man. Oofs! Ekaji, I'm coming in! Huh? Jeez, Dad. Sorry for barging in, but you've got some explaining to do. Are you really trying to become a painter? What the? Who told you that? They really need to be told. It's vocasp season. I haven't heard a peep from you about taking over the family business, and you keep going to the manor. Wasn't hard to put two and two together. I also asked the Saren Heights for confirmation. For the love of Miss Flora! She said she was going to tell random people about it. That's your father. That's not exactly a random person. I'm pretty sure parents don't count as random people. But still, it's none of your business! It damn well is. You're still a minor, you know. Plus, if you're gonna take over the farm, then I've got a person-sized hole I got. If you're not gonna take over the farm, I've got a person-sized hole I gotta fill. That's definitely my business. You gotta start thinking about how you're you gotta start thinking about how your actions affect others, Kaji, or you'll never grow up. Well, like, I'm sorry. You came in sort of suddenly and it freaked me out. What's this you're doing? Oh, the usual, deciphering old books. I always try to leave some time for this. It's an experience to be savored. By deciphering, you mean your little puzzle hobby where you take already deciphered texts and try to do it again without looking at the answer? I should have known you were just goofing off. Got some real nerve, boy. If I failed my vocab application 3 times, I'd be sweating bullets. Okay, so now the dad apparently wants to make me feel miserable as well. I'm gonna fucking end you. Hey, I'm not goofing off. It's serious stuff. I think it's easier interpreting the author's meaning from the old text and turning it into words. It took me 3 volumes of this young wife diaries from Wall Street series to get it good enough to read it at a decent pace. It's all well and fine, but weren't you trying to become a painter? Judging by the fact that you don't have a recommendation from Set at Night, your skills clearly aren't up to snuff. Should you be practicing your painting? I did already, 2 whole hours today. Besides, this is my book deciphering time. I've got this whole schedule worked out so I can pace myself properly. But, schedule? That sounds like a strange way to practice. You think? Like it's pretty reasonable. Well, I'm no art expert, but are you sure you'll get better just by practicing a set amount of time every day? I wouldn't say I'm sure, but it could be somewhere to start, right? When I asked Adia, she said it's best to sketch for at least an hour a day, so I figured twice that much should be safe. Let's see. Well, alright then. Is something wrong? Nah, gotta say though, didn't think I'd be the last Oberg to run the fruit farm. Sad thought that. Guess when it comes to us ordinary folk, things will just end sometimes. And just keep going through path down. That path down we already read. The drama. The drama. The talking is hard. The drama mechanic. Wait, you're not against me becoming an artist? Well, I'm not fond of the idea, but I'm not gonna say no to something you want to do just because I don't like it. Huh, really? Thought there'd be, I don't know, a little more resistance or something. Yeah, well, I made a promise with your mother that I'd let you follow your dreams. Oh. Hey, one thing though, why painting? And not just any painting, but portraits of women specifically. Following your dream is one thing, but can't encourage you to be a creep. What the? Stop! Oh, Dad! Where'd you hear all this from? Like I said, from Miss Flora, I asked her and she told me. Miss Flora, please! That's confidential! I don't even mean anything to you! Okay, look, it's not about painting only women. I don't have anything against men. It's just, like, I just like painting women more. And here I was wondering how you've been into painting lately. That sure explains it. Anyway, your questionable choice of portrait subjects aside, are you really sure you want to part ways with Oberg Fruit Farm? Well, look, I want you to follow your dreams, honest. It's what your mother wanted to. I always honor that. I will always honor that. But you can't bring me a vocational potential of 6.9% and expect me to cheer you on. I've never even heard of a rating that low. That's because they took the situation with the fruit farm into consideration. And listen, I don't know the first thing about art. But as a parent, I don't want to watch you put in the work and get nothing back. It hurts to see, you know. That's... Speaking of which, do you even like to paint? Take this the wrong way, but from where I stand, it doesn't really look like you're painting because you like doing it. Motherfucker should be more of a photographer. Dad was surprised to learn that I've been painting for 2 years. We lived together and he had no idea. Does he even care about me? Nah, it's not fair to him. He's a good dad. The adolescent years are tough for everyone, and he's making an effort to give me some space. Even I can tell that much. But then, what gives? Or does he think I don't like painting? Is all the hard work I've been putting in look like nothing to others? Failed vocasp review is basically the painting world telling me I'm not good enough. That's why I worked to get better. Well, I thought I did anyway. I'm 3 for 3 so far, on failing spectacularly, that is. My approval rating this time didn't even hit double digits. For some reason, I feel a sense of relief. You just think about it. My rating doesn't make any sense. I've been putting in the work every single day, and not only has it not paid off, it's barely made me worse. I could understand if the rating stayed the same, but it went down. The only explanation, then, has to be some problem with their process. Some bias or error or something. I mean, they did find out about my fruit farm situation this time. Maybe that's the reason. Everyone saw farm and they just focused on that. They reviewed the farm instead of my painting. It has to be why. I'll take this the wrong way, but from where I stand, it doesn't really look like you're painting because you like doing it. That said bugs me, though. Do I like painting? You know what? I've never actually thought about that before. Painting, I feel pretty good. But what about when while I'm painting? How does the process make me feel? It's not something I've ever considered. Maybe I feel nothing. It's not actually fun for me. What is it that keeps me going then? Is it because painting is supposed to be a means to an end, not the end itself. Something like that. This philosophizing is making me sleepy. Maybe I'll just have no talent. Speaking of talent, I sure ran into a boatload of it recently. It was all in one person. Monster of a person. Crazy ace of all trades who can just pick up something for the first time and do it better than everyone else. Her name is practically synonymous with talent. Ritona Reinvasta. She hails from a line of battlecrafters, all of whom served as royal guardians, elite knight tasked with protecting Ruzenahai's royal family. Apparently, when it comes to monocraft, she's not some garden variety genius. She's a once-in-a-century freak of nature. She's the youngest ever to break the record for fastest sword fabrication time. Rumor has it she can go toe-to-toe with knights from the Order. And she can purportedly turn invisible using glass. Everything about her is so over the top you can't tell where the truth ends and the nonsense begins. For some reason she started showing up at the gathering spot I frequent. She's always got this bored look on her face while she fabricates stuff and breaks them down again. Sometimes she even makes fire to fiddle with. Honestly, she doesn't look like much. Sometimes I wonder if the rumors are completely overblown. However, the reactions of the people around her beg to differ. Still, the Ritona Reinvesta that I know is a contemptuous brat who's always snacking on our fruits, the strawberries, especially, being an all-round nuisance by refusing to inherit her guardian title. I mean, you two can, like, kind of shake hands then. After losing her grandfather, who was her only living family, she ended up shunned by everyone around her. I sympathize with her circumstances, but with the succession issue, I feel like people are being too soft on her. I mean, she's from a super distinguished family. Doesn't she have some duty to honor her lineage or something? You don't get to talk like this when you don't want to fucking inherit your own family business. Like, yes, it's not like some distinguished noble. It's still like a 4-generation family business you just ending because, oh, I want to paint lasses because I really like lasses. Oh no, she just gets on my nerves. I was thinking she's just an entitled troublemaker who's got more attitude than sense. Not that I'd ever say that to her face, of course. Talent, huh? These past 2 years, I think I've been pretty diligent about painting practice. Almost every day I'd sit down and practice for a set amount of time. The days where that didn't happen, I can count on one hand. Compared to the people around me, though, I can tell that something's just not clicking. When I see how easily Adia moves her hand over the canvas, I start wondering if I'll ever be as good as her. The thought keeps me up at night. Sometimes it wakes me up in a cold sweat. Maybe I never will. Maybe no amount of practice will make me good enough to paint something like that. Compared to the other students, I feel like I'm the only one who's making no progress. It's like I'm missing some crucial piece of the puzzle. 2 years worth of efforts. It's all for nothing. What am I even supposed to do at this point? I'm trying to not think about this, but from the depth of my mind, a dark thought bubbles to the surface. Maybe I'm not like the others. Different. Not in a good way. The more I dwell on it, the more I feel out of place. There's something about me that people don't understand. Whatever it is, I can't help but feel that it's gonna make the path of an artist a very, very lonely one for me. Even so, I want to keep going. So that everything I've done so far amounts to something. This isn't what I envisioned! The women I want to paint, they're right there! I can see them in my mind. But I put them onto the canvas. They're wrong! Why, damn it! I don't know what to do anymore. What if Mom were alive? What would she say to me in times like these? Reminds me, I haven't written to her in a while. Should do that. Let me reorganize my thoughts. Date XXXX. Dear Mom, it's been a while since my last entry, hasn't it? Been so busy lately and couldn't get around to writing. Sorry. Today I went to get the results of my third VOCAS application, and somehow the approval rating ended up even lower than before. Honestly, I have no idea how that's even possible. After the last time I decided to vote the number of set hours every day to painting practice. I've been doing that ever since, so how come I got even worse? It's not fair. It'd be nice if I could learn at a proper place, but most studios have a no novice policy, which boggles the mind. I don't have experience, but I want to learn, but to learn I need experience. What gives? Apparently places like that have no intention of training new apprentices. They want to bring in people who can hit the ground running. That seemed weird to me, but turns out our fruit farm's the same, and we generally don't hire anyone who hasn't gone through the Set and Hide's recommendation center. We don't even take apprentices. But again, the whole apprentice system is so old, nobody really bothers with it anymore. We'll just have to accept that that's how things are these days. In any case, I clearly still have a long way to go when it comes to painting. It's still nice, 6.9%. Seems a little too low, doesn't it? Not that I can do anything about it. For now, I'm just gonna keep practicing and try again next season. Other happenings. Heard they cranked the season tower up to full strength to produce emergency relief supplies for Chest Carlin. I think it just entered the summer cycle because it's really hot out right now. A season tower, a towering facility that regulates the outside temperature of all of Rosenheide, allowing for a comfortable cycle of 4 seasons that never gets too hot or cold. This is made possible by the efforts of hundreds of climate operators. During times of emergency, the climate can be manipulated to accelerate the growth of crops. Feels really weird. So the whole year got squeezed into the span of a few months. They're technically in a state of emergency, but some of the people who we know seem like they're actually enjoying the change of pace. Personally, I feel a little anxious. I know it's in game, but Jesus fuck. Honestly, I don't think it has sunk in yet. So peacefully end the Rosenheide at the rest of the Alliance. Still have trouble believing there's a war going on overseas. Can you please open it? If Chess Carlin joins the Alliance, will the Rosenheide get dragged into conflict as well? Just thinking about it scares me. But sometimes there's something that His Majesty King Vala, the Alliance, decided. So it's probably for the best. Oh jeez, I almost forgot. Hey, you got a moment? Ah! Don't come in without knocking. What do you mean? I did knock plenty of times. You did? Oh, sorry then, I didn't notice. Anyway, I know it is sudden, but can you do some deliveries tomorrow? I forgot about it until just now. Sure, I guess where to? The kitchen. The kitchen, in fact. You mean the Grand Kitchen? How did you forget about the delivery to Rosenheide Castle? Damn season tower's throwing everything off. The schedule's a mess. Current crew's already up at their necks in work. It's a struggle just to keep on top of orders every day. Really? It's that bad, huh? Sure is. So a bit of help would be nice if you don't mind. Tomorrow morning, Rosenheide Castle. Already told Miss Millie. I guess it's gonna be an early morning tomorrow. Fruit Farm's harvest timings are totally out of whack, and it's starting to get to that. I almost forgot a delivery to Rosenheide Castle. I think he's still managing though. I mean, he said he's struggling to keep on top of orders, but his definition of keep on top is more like perfectly distribute every harvested batch with no waste. It's always been like that. I'll try to help whenever I have time to. Alright? I should start getting ready for bed. It's early, but I need to do the delivery to Rosenheide Castle tomorrow morning. That's about it for now. I know I just wrote about a lot of problems, but Dad and I are both doing fine, so don't worry about us. Sincerely, your son, Kaji Oberg. Project written? What? Hey. What the fuck was that? What was that project written thing? Not again! Don't stay up too late now. You hear? No, jeez, how many times are you gonna come in? Oh, it's the credits. As many times as it takes to make stop jumping, or until it stops amusing me. Why are you such a bundle of nerves, huh? Practice some composure. Oh, leave me alone! I'm writing on my diary. Don't read it, okay? It's private. As if anyone can make sense of your chicken scratches. I couldn't read it if I tried. Oh. But nice if all that painting practice made your handwriting a little better too. That's none of your business! Go away already! Alice in Dissonance. Are we getting an opening? That do be looking like an opening. Why, hello there. You look like that prodigy. This real fancy. This game clearly has a lot of work put into it. Why, hello there. Anyways, let's tone down the horny and save. Oh yikes! There's only 32 saves. I remember how I almost fucking like. I don't remember how many saves I used in Hoshiyori and I. Too many. I think I like reached the final page. Either way, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it here for the day. So yeah, I'm very intrigued thus far. Seems like this could build up to something quite interesting. Either way, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and see you next time. Bye bye. I don't know why I make faces like that. Bye.